Hello everybody and welcome to the finale, the actual season finale of Season 4 of the Sunoco Elite Series, back at La Colina for the last 19 laps of Season 4. Oh boy, and 4 drivers are left in this championship, but only one can come out on top. Those 4 currently sit as Cordell Paulson, 17 points up as the points leader, trying to become the first ever Rank B champion for Clever Haas Racing. Paul Jackson, 17 points back, who has just been consistent in this last half of the season and could take home a championship, just needs to beat Paulson. Rowe, 18 points back. Always been a threat this season, is a huge threat to take this championship, even though he's third place in the championship. And Nick Pericles is a little bit of a long shot, I believe 89 points back in this World Drivers Championship. Not many people know where this is going to go, who's going to win this championship, but there's a lot to talk about. On pole position is your last in points, Roger Ray, who's actually close now to fighting his way out of it after being there forever. Roger Ray, Kuznetsov, Dunbar, Hurley, Faber, Monaco, Rahal, Scott, Monaco, Lewison, Barron, Hoskus, Thompson. Big threat right here. Carson Bowers, a lot of people expect him to win this race because of his high power. Now, let me bring up the points for myself though, so I have a good read. Alright, I just got the points up for myself, so I can read on to see and follow along how the points are going. But oh boy, has this season been exciting. We've seen some awesome finishes throughout the season, and so much has already started to happen for Season 5. Lots of things running around, lots of rumors and stuff, and we've gotten a lot of the drivers signed. There's still a few that haven't been signed and a few who are going to inevitably go. But one story going on today, you can see right here, that is not the right name. This is Dan Bartlett. It says Angel in the car. They never changed the car, but this is Dan Bartlett driving the number 57 car for Trailblazer Motorsports in this last race. Sean Angel was not cleared to race today. Obviously, he'll be around next season under Clever Haas Racing, but Dan Bartlett already signed to that team next season and already going to get his chance to prove himself here today. He'll make his second start in SCS history, his first points start. His points will go toward Angel's championship, so Angel going to be cheering on Bartlett from the sidelines. The British driver going to make his first full-time start next season under this exact same team, and if I'm correct, in this exact same car. Not the exact same car, but I mean the same ride, same charter. But Bartlett, it's nice to see him out here. It's nice to see he's here, but it sucks for Angel that he's not going to be around. I don't know who's going to win this race, honestly. A lot of people probably have their money on, like I said, that 39 car, because not many other Rank A threats in the area. Next one down is Vincent, 3 rows back on the outside. So Bowers has a nice cushion here, but he still has to get around all these people, including some of the people who have been threats in the past. Rowan Rahal, who is being called into the office for a penalty after the full race is over for Angel's thing, which Rahal has already apologized for it, but he's going to end up getting a penalty and a strike. The strike has already been confirmed. But he could be a threat to win the second doubleheader, which that race won't be taken away because it's technically a separate race. So, Eric Monaco, still no ride for next season. Ryan, like we mentioned before, has a ride for next season under Monarch Motorsports, and he's very excited about that change. So we'll get to see the 76 go away and Ryan take hold of a new car next season. But it looks like this is it, guys. A few more seconds. We're about to get the command for the final race. There it is. 19 laps to decide a championship, but Roger Ray will start on pole to try to prove his case one last time for a ride. Green flag in the air for the final time this season. Ray versus Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov comes out on top, but I heard a wreck in the back. It's Halleck's involved. Jack Halleck and Chris Dodd, two of the big threats of the original race, are involved. Carlson is involved again. But here are our big points contenders, right here. Oh, Rowe is already on the move, trying to get away from Cordell Paulson and win this championship. Jackson trying to join him. Stuck on the outside is something you not want to be, but all three of them are. Except for Pericles, who's down low. Pericles has a long shot to win this championship, but it is still a possibility. As you can see, Cordell Paulson already trying to make a move. You won't get there. Paulson is gonna need more than this. That's for sure. He's just taking it careful, though, it seems. He doesn't really want to disrupt too much in this pack yet. There's Halleck and Dodd. Oh, Windhelm goes round! Contact with Irvine is going to put Windhelm around. Brock and Jones! We expected chaos lap 1 because of this mixed up order. But Paulson has gotten around Jackson. Where is Rowe? Rowe is not far up ahead. Not enough, at least. Who leads as we come down to the end of the first lap? It's Evgeny Kuznetsov, followed by Tyler Thaber. Roger Ray looks to be Chase Dunbar and Roman Rahal. It is a rank D 1, 2, 3. It's a rank D 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But it's rank C's. You have Evgeny Kuznetsov out front in La Colina. We'll check the tail end of the pack. Paulson has caught Rowe. In the full scenario, if somehow Rowe leads the most laps and wins the race, even second won't save Paulson. To absolutely positively guarantee the championship, he would need to win this race. But that is highly doubtful that any of these guys will win this race because they're so far back. So the question is, how far will Rowe really need to get? Right now, he's nowhere close because none of them are in the points. This is because it's the very beginning. We expect them to reach into the points going into later stage. Bartlett up into the top 30. Damn Bartlett. Just trying to get a hold of the new car, because this is the car he'll be driving next season, so he's got to get used to it. Finn Guy has damage, which is actually going to help the 87, unless Finn Guy does not want to make it easy for him. Let's go back and check out some of the incidents that happened on lap 1. First, we'll check out the Jones and Brock wreck. Now, actually, we'll check out Windhelm's. Windhelm is first. Let's go check it out. So Windhelm would actually be the one who caused this, as he would be coming out of the corner and just clip the side of Irvine with a little too much momentum, but it would end up hurting him instead. Irvine would have damage, and I don't think they're going to be very happy about that. They'd be coming into the corner, and it looks like Jones just went a little too high up, thinking he was clear, and would clip Finn Guy and would collect Brock. So an honest mistake out of Bobby Jones. A rookie mistake for the 96. Eric Monaco and Roger Ray would get together, and Ray would take a very hard lick into the wall, as he's already been put to the medical center for the time being. But even if he has an injury, he will be back next season, because, well, maybe not, depending on if he gets a ride. But, sad for Roger Ray. Looks like he won't be digging himself out of last in points. Jackson going to make a risky move down the inside that I don't think will work, because it showed that the inside was not stronger in the first race, and it proves itself again. Rowe keeps position, is in the points now. That's important that they are in the points, because now it really starts to matter. Bartlett runs it wide, and Bartlett's in the wall. Johnson clips, Finguy clips, but... Oh, the 11 avoided a catastrophe. But that'll be day for Bartlett and Finguy. Oh, I knew this chaos would happen. I knew it was going to happen. Looking back in the front, Thaber still battles with Kuznetsov. Bowers has reached the 4th position. We knew he'd be a threat today. Now he battles with Chase Dunbar. Dunbar is being in talks with HHR for a re-sign, but nothing has been confirmed yet. Same with Hurley. Thaber just trying to take Sabasport out of the hole that I don't think they can. I think they're trying to do an impossible challenge right now. Especially with how he's all alone. Thompson's down at 9th. You need more. They need more. Rowe just not there yet. There's not enough points in this part of the standings to be able to overtake Paulson. Paulson still holds it. Lap 4. And Cordell Paulson really does not seem to be in any sort of rush. Cordell Paulson trying to bring home the first ever Rank B World Drivers' Championship. But Rowe seems to have other plans. Rowe was your first ever Rank B driver to be in contention for a championship in the final race. And now he's trying to go for his own World Drivers' Championship for Rank A. As Baranowskis is in the pits, that gives another spot to Paulson. This means Rowe will have to go to work on Roush. Down the inside of Scott Roush. He makes a really deep move. And it's a beautiful move for the 87. Around the outside in turn 2 of Scott Roush. And it looks like Rowe's going to get the spot. Oh, Bowers has gotten around Dunbar. But the battle between Thaber and Kuznetsov is now really heating up. Thaber on the outside. It's a preferred line here. And there it is, Tyler Thaber takes the lead away. Lap 5, but Carson Bowers has been closing since the very beginning as he gets past Kuznetsov for the 2nd position. Last time Tyler Thaber was in the lead, I want to say it was during Season 3 when he was on pole. Thaber trying to prove that Sabasport deserves to stay in the sport, but I'm not sure that they can. With the gap that they have, it's almost confirmed that they're moving to Panasonic, but they're gonna try to stay. Kuznetsov not giving up against Carson Bowers just yet. As he tails the back, Dunbar tails the back of the 5 of Kuznetsov. Oh, the 39 around the outside, the preferred line, and Carson Bowers going for the lead in La Colina, and he's gonna get him. What about the 87, Alexander Rowe? Still cannot get away from those two. Not even close to the amount of points he'd need. He's only gaining, what, 3 points on the 11 right now? Yeah, he's only gaining 3 points. And around goes more chaos. Jovic and Hurley get together. They're already getting out of the car. Okay, but that's more chaos. Giving more points. Mulcher trying to keep Rowe at bay. If he can do that, Jackson and Paulson will be ever thankful for it. As he keeps Rowe wide, he's not going to be able to get the spot on Mulcher. And Jackson making a move on Roush. Jackson trying to come into the picture with Rowe. They need way more. To get Paulson's championship away, they need a lot more than this. But pit stops are going to be something that could play that factor. Faber is not giving up on Carson Bowers. He wants to win this race, but Carson Bowers is just so good around road courses. As they take the corner, it still seems to be that the 10 will have it, but here comes Paulson on Roush. This is something Paulson needs. That's another valuable point that keeps him near. Cordell Paulson still holds the championship. Where is Pericles? Nowhere close to it. Iran has moved into the third position. Dodd holds up Faber, giving Bowers a little bit of a cushion. Philip Scott and Julio Cesar with Windhelm dropping down. They need to carry the torch for this team, and they really are. They're looks to be 5th and 6th right now. Great job out of them. Once again, Paulson goes into this kind of strolling mode. He's not pushing, which is strange, because he does hold the second fastest lap of the race, meaning we know he has speed. We know he's one of the fastest guys out here, but he's not showing it yet. I don't think he wants to show his hand, but he may need to against the 38 of Scott Roush, because Roush down the inside, he cannot let Roush get past because Luisen being overtaken. He needs to be able to get ahead and go after Luisen now. Paulson has already proven he's the fastest guy near the rear end. Fastest guy on track is Julio Cesar. Oh, Roush almost turns him. And Duncan goes down the inside. That's more points for the 10 and the 87. Especially the 87, because now Rowe has got past Luisen and Jackson has not. Paulson gets ahead of Roush and Duncan though. Now he's got to start really going. He has to get on the hunt. He can't keep holding it up. Let's check on the 39. How far is he ahead of Faber? Faber's still close. Faber has been able to hold his speed for a while, which is good for him. That he's able to stick with Carson Bowers at least a little. But we expect pit stops this time around or next time around. This is where it gets important. The overcut is an option. As they come into the last corner, we expect a pit right now. And that's what we're going to get. Your top two are in. What about this whole second pack? Chris Dodd is already pit due to damage early, so he does not need to. What about our big guys? And who is going to be able to take that adjustment? Who's going to go for it? They're all in. Paulson is going to have to try to get out first. They're in. They're refueling. Thompson's blown up. Paulson gets him! Oh. Uh-oh. And now Paulson is on the back of Pericles. Was this his plan? Was he saving his fuel so he would have to spend less time in pit lane? If so, that worked beautifully. And Paulson will jump his championship rivals and will get one step closer to a World Drivers' Championship. Lap 9 of 19, and Paulson extends his points lead now. What about the 39 and the 00? How did they get out? Faber got Bowers, and Tyler Faber is back in the lead. Cesar is overtaken third, along fourth, and Art going for his fourth win this season. Iran battles with Philip Scott, Win, and Fitzwater. Good job, Fitzwater, hunting through the field. Vincent trying to hold on to spots, but it's right now Cordell Paulson now starting to pick up the pace. Paulson is really in it now. We knew he had the speed. We just didn't know why he wasn't pushing. And he shows his hand now that it was a plan all along to take the lead in the pits. Saving fuel enabled him to be in the pits for less time than the other two, giving him an advantage. Now he hunts Pericles and Max Anderson, and with Pericles going down the inside of Anderson, he can take advantage of that. Pericles is in a worry of Paulson as long as he can stay basically in the top 20. Pericles isn't a threat for the championship. But as these two battle ahead, which person will Paulson try to help? I'd help Anderson because he's not even a championship rival. It would be even better for himself. Or will he just try to dive the middle? He will! What a move! Cordell Paulson! I don't even know what the thought there was. Didn't work on Anderson. I'm not even sure it's going to work on Pericles. It won't. Little bit of contact, and I saw Vincent's back in the pit lane. Paulson now. There is Dodd, ready to hold some people up, including your points leader. Let's check on Tyler Thaber. Oh, no, wait. Are they going to get around Dodd safely? They will. Let's go check on Thaber. Thaber just ran it wide in one of the corners, and this is closing Carson Bowers back to the rear. What about... Oh, it's a Log now in the third position over Caesar, Arndt, Scott, Fitzwater, Iran, Baranowskis, and Rahal rounding out your top 10. And you got these guys with the group that it holds Cordell Paulson. Paulson is already into a top 15 position, which is where the 3-point jumps start to play a factor, which could get ugly if Jackson's able to get ahead of him. Paulson has gotten Pericles. This means every single one of his possible championship rivals are now behind him. That is very, very important for this championship fight as he goes down the inside of Anderson. Now he's pushing. He's going to try to stay ahead, and it's really working. Cordell Paulson is the one that everyone wants to win. He's the underdog story, and he's trying to pull it off as he's gotten 2 more spots over Jackson. He'll start to hunt Roman Rahal for what seems to be the 10th position. A top 10 in the picture for Cordell Paulson. Thaber, though, not only does he have to run from Bowers, but a Log is now reached the back of the 39. Lorenzo Log is rideless next season, and no one knows where he's going to go. But with the speed he shows now, I'm surprised he does not have the ride yet. Fitzwater's starting to get into the picture as well. He's starting to climb up. Thaber's in the grass. That's going to close Bowers even more. And a Log already looks down the inside of Bowers. It's not going to work in this corner, though. Or will it? Oh, no. A Log's not fast enough on the inside. It just doesn't work. He held a good amount of momentum there, not going to lie. Now, Carson Bowers. Will he go after Thaber, or will he just try to defend because a Log is on the back end of the 39? Oh! Bowers and a Log get together! They both go round! As your second and third in this race make contact. That's a change of events. This puts who in the second position? Oh no, here comes John Arndt. Oh no. No, Arndt. Arndt! Not again! Bowers and a Log may have to pit this time because of the contact. Paulson is now into a top 10 position and now even into 9th. And the experience in the Dodge showing wonders. The difference between Lorenzo Law and Cordell Paulson is the experience specifically in the manufacturer at hand. Lorenzo Law does not have very good speed and a dodge. He hasn't very much shown that this season. He's always been a Ford guy. But Paulson, ever since he stepped in this Dodge Charger Taxac number 11 car, he has been flying. And he's taken one position. He'll go after another. That was for 8th. That was for 7th. Runs it a little too wide. And Paulson's in the pits. Uh-oh, the undercut's back. This same undercut we saw before. He's in the pits, already starting to get his stuff. Oh, Jackson hits him. That's not good. I'm not sure what to think of that. But Paulson does not really care. Going to get out ahead, going to lose the position to Nick Pericles. Good pit stop for Nick Pericles, not gonna lie. Paulson going to have to come out behind Pericles once again. Anderson still kind of acts as a cushion for him. With damage for Duncan, he's not going to be able to keep up. I don't know why. Duncan, what's up? A lot of people wrecking this race, and I can't keep track of them all. I'm sorry about that, but it's just so hard to keep track of it when there's this much chaos. But it's why people love this track, because of the chaos. It's still Tyler Thaber leads. Is that Dunbar in the lead? Wow. There may have not. Yeah, these guys may not have pit. Gerard Aron didn't pit, I can guarantee that, and he's trying an overcut. But right now, it just seems to be, though, that Paulson, no matter if he's a championship threat or not, wants the position. And they'll overtake Dodd and Vincent together. It's more of a cushion. But will he try a move? He will. Down the inside. Pushes him wide. Wow! Paulson got aggressive there. And it's gonna work. Cordell Paulson. That was aggressive. If I've ever seen aggressive, that was it. Paulson gonna run wide. I guess that's a little bit of karma. Oh! Pericles not happy! Oh, Pericles is not happy with Paulson, and he returns the favor with a hit of his own. Uh-oh. Pericles and Paulson are not happy with each other. And if he very well wanted to, he could take Paulson out of the championship. Paulson runs it wide. Pericles just gonna go. There was definitely some anger there with Pericles for that move, and I agree that that move was a little sketchy, but it was legal. A bump and run is 100% legal. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, I don't think Pericles agree with that very much, and his version of a bump and run is also legal. It's how you exchange words without saying anything, because Paulson very well knew the message that he was conveying. Here we come. Aron is in for his pit stop. So is Bowers. John Arndt. No way. This is happening again. There is no way this is happening again. John Arndt will take the lead away. Aron is going to get out of his pit stall, but it's too late. It's too late, I think. I think Arndt's got him. Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, Arndt got him. John Arndt has taken the lead. But the overcut did work for Aron, not going to lie. He gained a lot of position and he now sits in second. That's what we meant by the overcut working last time, by the way. That is what we meant. That's how the overcut should have worked last time, but it didn't. Now it works. It'll be Aron versus Arndt, but right now the battle is Paulson staying ahead of Jackson. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, this is hype. Jackson had a championship ripped away from him 2 seasons in a row. And where we look right now, it seems it'll happen again. It seems. John Arndt, oh my God, came into this season with 1 career win, and he's looking to end it with 5. This has been an amazing end of the season for John Arndt, racking up 3 wins so far, and he's going for number 4. He'll come down the hill. It'll be 2 laps to go once they cross the finish line. About 4 minutes left for not only John Arndt, but for this man right here, Cordell Poulsen. And it'll be the 4 longest minutes of his life to win a championship. I would not challenge Pericles. No way in hell. It's not even worth it. Jackson is too far. Even if Jackson gets past Poulsen, he'd still have to make a few positions after that, which they're not close enough to that. And Baranowski's is in. That's another position that Poulsen just gained. That's more points. Lots of damage. Oh, Kuznetsov, Philip Scott. We'll look at some of the incidents after the race, I promise. I'll keep myself in that mindset. I got the points up expecting a close points battle like last season, but where we stand, this is not even close. The gap would be 23 points over Jackson. Extend that to 26. Jackson makes a mistake. He's pushing as hard as he can. He's desperate for a championship, but his next season teammate is going to take it away from him. Heartbreaking for the 10 car. Heartbreaking for Jackson again. That's if Poulsen can hold on. If. Again, we're not sure. We're never sure at La Colina. Poulsen, if you want this championship, I wouldn't even try that. He's gonna try it. He's gonna get loose, and he's gonna lose the position anyway. That just doesn't work. Faber has gotten a run. Looks like he's not gonna get that first career win today. Faber may be looking for the first rank D win in history, but he's a little far. Oh, this is happening. Arndt, what have you done? Down the hill. Back in the same situation with Dodd, even though I doubt it. Does Arndt need to pit? Coming to the white flag. Does John Arndt need to pit? This time, the answer is no. John Arndt, white flag in the air in the final lap of season 4. And Arndt going for career win number 5. Poulsen just trying to hold on to the position he has to win his first ever World Drivers' Championship for a rank B driver. This team came into this season with hopes to stay rank B, possibly rank A, but this is something they never could have predicted. Cordell Poulsen came out swinging and he never stopped. And Poulsen has dug so deep in a rank B, the Tax Act, number 11 machine, and has brought this team to glory this season. Going for their first World Drivers' Championship. Clever Haas Racing trying to make history. John Arndt trying to become a 5-time winner in the SCS. 4 race wins in 1 season has only ever been pulled off by himself, if he can pull this off, and William Brock. John Arndt into the carousel. One final time. A few quarters left, and John Arndt will be a 5-time winner in the Sunoco Elite Series. Into this right-hand chicane. Down the hill. One more time, and it will confirm Scott Ganassi's reign in Rank A next season to begin. The legend himself's team going to glory, and it's on the back of this man. Final corner. And John Arndt will take his fifth career win, his 4th of the season, and Scott Ganassi will go Rank A. Arndt wins in La Colina. And Cordell Paulson for Rank B will make history. And around the last corner, he will be your Season 4 Sunoco Elite Series champion, and Clever Haas Racing pulls it off. And a 5th place will be the decider. Jackson will not do it this time. And Rowe. Where is Rowe? 19th. He had to pit again. And the 11 crew has just exploded on pit lane, and they have become the first ever Rank B World Drivers Champion. Thaver blows up after the finish, but a podium for Saba Sport. He has to be happy, even though he is moving down to Rank B, and it was Saba Sport's last hurrah before they're disappearing to the lights, proving they will be a threat in the Panasonic Light Series. Thaber blows the engine. John Arndt takes career win number 5, and Cordell Paulson makes history. And this will mean the one car will go to a Rank B next season in Cordell Paulson. Been around since Season 2 and has been in low-tier teams until he moved up by trade, and he absolutely exploded into this. Cordell Paulson rounding the carousel. Pericles alongside to congratulate him. And Paulson, I cannot believe Paulson pulled the championship off. The pit strategy of conserving fuel in that first run worked out so well. And the end of Season 4 ends with Cordell Paulson, your World Drivers Champion in the Sunoco Elite Series. As he comes down to enter pit lane to step on the into victory circle with John Arndt to take his championship trophy. Congratulations to Cordell Paulson, your new champion. And Arndt, your new 5-time winner. Let's go look at your final finishing results. And so, as the championship comes to an end, John Arndt will be your final Season 4 winner, taking his 4th win in the last 5 races? 6 races? John Arndt has been very dominant late season, and he proves it again, taking a win. Iran takes away 2nd and a confidence booster going to next season when he brings a brand new Epic Motorsports car to the crew. Tyler Thaber 3rd, great job. Fitzwater 4th, Paulson, your new champion in 5th, Pericles in 6th, Max Anderson in 7th, Jackson in 8th, Bowers in 9th, and Chase Dunbar will round out your top 10, which he's theorized to go back to HHR next season. And look at all the people who dropped. This is La Colina. Dan Bartlett. That's really not what he needed in his second career start, but he already is confirmed to go full-time next season, so we're glad to welcome Dan Bartlett to the full-time crew. We'll see him next season, Season 5, guys. We're going into Season 5. Philip Scott, not a good season for him, but he'll come into next season back in his new Scott Ganassi machine, his 89 next season, but also him being in a rank A for his first time, joined by Pericles and Arndt. Arndt very much proving why he deserved to stay, and now taking his seat in rank A. Congratulations, John Arndt. Congratulations, Cordell Paulson. For the last time this season, let's go look at your points position. So here is your points position at the end of Season 4. Cordell Paulson is your champion over Jackson, who those two will be teammates next season. So the top two drivers in the league going to Clever Haas. Rowe in third, Pericles in fourth, Halleck fifth, Anderson sixth, Roush in seventh, Duncan in eighth, Brock in ninth, and Kieran Mulcher will round out the top 10 in his championship. Arndt gained 5 positions right at the end to jump to 12th. Fitzwater jumps to 13th. That was actually a very nice close there. But 4 wins for John Arndt this season. What a push for him. Most wins this season easily. Look down through the pack. People who gained a lot of spots. The bigger gainers. Oh, like I said, Arndt, Fitzwater, 5 and 6. Aran gained 5. You got some minor ones down here. You got Bowers gaining 2, Thaber gaining 3, Thaber up to 35th, but that team is officially dropping down, which sucks. Anderson gained 2 up here. Then you got some losers, a good amount of them. Angel dropped 3 because of Bartlett's performance, which he's moving to Clever House next season to join the top 2. Finn Guy drops 3, but he's keeping his ride. Irvine and Jovic. It was announced that Jovic would be jumping off of Roush Racing because there was a deal made after his contract was already signed that he would move to Shock Allison next season, which the only terms and conditions of which that would be allowed is if the driver agrees. Jovic did agree to those terms, and Roush was put back into his car. So we are going to see Roush back in rank A next. Or no, wait. Yeah, Roush. We'll be back at Roush Racing next season. But the thing is, this is what the points look like for constructors. Roush Racing will not be rank A next season. They had their 1 season. Instead, that last spot went to Clever Haas Racing somehow. Oh god, this means the top 2 drivers in the league will be driving for a rank A team. Along with Sean Angel, meaning Angel's got a rank A ride, which I bet he's happy about that. But god, what a season it has been. And Maverick GP, your Constructors Champions, they clinched it after the first doubleheader race, and they are your Constructors Champions. Clever Haas Racing pulls an individual drivers championship with Cordell Paulson and will go rank A next season, joined with Scott Ganassi. So we just knocked out Full Frontal, Roush Racing, and Fitzwater Australia to B. Shock Allison the last spot in B, so the Ford Alliance is down there in B all together. As the highest Ford team is now Scott Ganassi Racing, which seems to be a giant threat next season. We are going to be saying goodbye to Seba Sport and Thunder Sport GP. They will both drop to Panasonic Light Series next season, sadly for them. HHR and Red Stallion will stay in the sport to go on another season, which is exciting for them. Red Stallion hasn't even signed anyone yet, so they're going to have to get on the move on that. Trailblazer, Monarch, they're still here, which they'll be the 2 rank C teams. Then Allison, Fitzwater Australia, Roush Racing, and Full Frontal rank B. Then Clever Haas, Scott Ganassi, Epic Motorsports still, and Maverick GP. Your Constructors Champions for Season 4. What a season it's been, and somehow this is what the teams will look like next season. So the next video you'll see will be a video describing the lineup for next season before we go into Season 5. It'll describe all the changes for next season, and we're going to have a fun little time talking about how next season's going to go for our anniversary 5th season which is very exciting indeed. Congratulations, Cordell Paulson, your Season 4 Sunoco Elite Series champion. And we will see you in the start of Season 5. Ciao.